Okay, ladies, the class is in session. We are recording, we are live. Okay, welcome to the next video in the series. Today we're going to talk about the fat loss system. So if you haven't watched my previous video, I talked about progressive overload and strength training. I've also covered some glute variations, so check out those videos. They are linked in the YouTube channel and also with the guides in the bios. You can also check out the coaching there. But today we're going to go back to the basics, and you will find that there's a theme. It is recurringly me talking about the same stuff. It's very, very simple. It's not too complicated. But the more I talk about it, the more it will stick, the more you will understand it, and then maybe you will learn to trust the process for longer. My light just went out, but it's fine. Anyways, let's get into it. So step number one, or I guess in no particular order, we're going to break it down because it's a circle, it's not a pyramid. We're talking about carbs. Carbs are very, very important, and they're demonized, and they are your enemy, and they're all this, and they're all that, and all these things, and you need them. It's very simple. Now, this is the first thing to remember. Carbs are not your enemy. You need carbs to grow. You need carbs to build muscle. You need carbs to fuel. They make your brain work. They fuel your muscles. They're important for you. However, also, I think it's like 1 gram of carb is 4 grams of water retention, circa. I believe that's the science there. So basically, there's Goose. Basically, if you have a heavy night of pizza, pasta, carb heavy dinners, 1 gram of carbs will retain up to 4 grams of water. So you can wake up the next day on a scale and be 4 kilos, 2 kilos, 3 kilos heavier, be like, what is happening? It is not fat. It is water retention. Same when you train, your muscles retain water, glycogen, all these things. They are fuller. It is good. You're not dried out. If you've been drinking on a night out and you wake up dehydrated, feeling like the slimmest queen you've ever been. Sir, thank you. Sorry. That is probably down to the fact that you're dehydrated from alcohol. That's why alcohol is an enemy, but it's also, it can be a tool. It can be a tool. What else I want to say about carbs? I want to say, I want you to use carbs before training. They're important. They will fuel your workouts. Thank you, sir. Thank you. They will use your workouts and they will fuel your workouts. So what I mean by that is have a banana, a slice of sourdough bread, a date or two. They will make your training a lot better. So if you're feeling exhausted, you might not need the caffeine. You might just need some more carbs. Anyways, next, protein. Protein, we talk about protein all the time. I've taught it 100 times. I think honestly, 2026 as of right now, protein is overrated and it is too easy to get in. If you struggle to get protein in, you have no excuse. There's protein in everything. Sourdough bread, cheese, protein this, protein that. I think we consume too much protein anyways, and now we need to focus on fruit and vegetable. I'm not going to tie in too much into this, but you do need very simple rule of thumb is start with 1.5, 1.5 per kg of body weight. Start with that. Very easy. There's a couple different formulas. If you're dieting, you might want to have higher protein. If you're maintaining it lower, you might want to be lower. But this is a good safe space. So if you're 70 kilos, you might want to consume around 90 grams of protein per day, which is incredibly easy. So focus on that. Right, next. Fats. Fats are, dare I say, more important than, well, actually they're all very important, but I don't actually know the right order or place them. It depends on your face, but fats are, I think, more important for women, specifically for their hormonal health. Fats help your hormones stabilize. They help you function. They are important. Healthy, saturated, unsaturated fats, you need all of them in quantities and amounts, of course, but you do need them. So what generally we do is we set up a calorie. If we're talking about calorie goal, we would set up a calorie goal. We'll find your deficit calories. We'd prioritize your protein and carbs. So it'd be 1.5 grams of protein per kilo per body weight. Then carbs, and then the rest of the calories go to fats. We'd only increase the fats if we notice you need more in your diet, or you prefer a higher fat diet, for example. But you need them for hormones and mental health and general clarity. So include fats in your diet. Keep it very simple. I'm talking like peanut butter. I'm talking fish, omega-3. Yeah, very basic stuff that you need to just I'm not a hormonal health coach or holistic coach. So I'm not going to get into that field too much. It's not in my expertise, and you can get amazing fat loss results and strength training results without focusing on hormones, unless you have issues. So, yeah, special case. Moving on to the next thing, fiber. There's a guy that I started watching on Instagram. He's a pretty big influencer. He has the largest amount of haters and anti-fiber consumers in his comment section. It is actually astonishing what people believe these days on social media. You need fiber to digest, to go to the bathroom. And those carnivore diet people are in this comment section going, no, you don't need fiber, you don't need fruit, you don't need grass. We just need meat and liver and coffee, butter. It's insane. You need fiber. You need 25 to 35 grams of fiber a day. It comes from fruit. It helps with digestion. It makes your fat loss system a lot easier. You need fiber to help you go to the bathroom. You need fiber to keep you full. That's why we say go for whole grain bread, sourdough bread over basic bread. That's the whole reason of this fat loss system. This is a fat loss system because the last part is the most important thing, or dare I say, is cardio. And this might shock you. This might shock you. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna hold your hand while I do this. You don't need cardio for fat kiss. That's the wrong spelling. Fat loss. You don't. You do not need cardio for fat loss. You can be in a caloric deficit and lose fat and move through the day by walking, which is not necessarily a form of cardio, and have amazing results. However, we do recommend cardio. It's great to increase your caloric deficit. It is great to burn more calories. It is great to keep you sane. It's also important to move for longevity and for your health. So we say, or I say, or we recommend generally through a lot of research you'll see is 2 to 3 moderate intensity cardio sessions, incline treadmill, 20 to 30 minutes after your workout of walking are great for fat loss. Not running. Running is going to burn some muscle. You need the time, you need to train around it. So we're talking very low intensity. We're talking doom scrolling, watching Netflix, calling your bestie on FaceTime. That's the type of cardio you want to do, that you're not out of breath. Anyways, so this is the fat loss system that I will use and I coach to all my clients to get results. It's, in essence, very simple. You just have to stick to it. So I hope you learned something. I hope you find it valuable. Check out the links below for my coaching, my social media, and everything else. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more. I plan to do a single video like this every single day for this whole year until they get really good or get better.